Here's a question. Why does every movie from an auteur director need to be 2.5 to 3 hours long? 87 minutes. Oh. Alright, let's dive in. Flight Risk is Mel Gibson's sixth studio feature. The plot follows a US Marshal, played by Dockery, transporting a government witness, played by Topher Grace, across the skies of the Alaskan wilderness by a pilot, played by Marky, whose intentions and identity come into question. Now, I went into this movie with some pretty high expectations. Mel Gibson is an Academy Award-winning director, and Marky is best when he's Breaking Bad. Movies like this, high concept with one setting, can absolutely fly when you have tight pacing, snappy dialogue, twists and turns that you never see coming, and people that you absolutely fall in love with and can't wait to see what happens next. I'm thinking of movies like Air Force One, Unstoppable with Chris Pine, phenomenal film, check it out, and of course, Speed. But high expectations can kick you in the ass, I guess. Let's dive into what is going to be probably one of the worst movies of 2025, Flight Risk.
Y'all need a pilot?
The movie opens with Dockery taking Topher Grace into custody after about 5 minutes of some truly bargain basement comedy. It's brutal. Topher Grace delivering some seriously subpar That 70s Show comedy stylings. Literally all that is missing is the laugh track. The movie might have been better served by having a laugh track in there. This is so painful. And then it doesn't let up until the last act of the film when, thankfully, Topher Grace gets stabbed and he has to shut up for a while. A lot of what Topher is delivering seems to be really improvised. And Flight Risk seems convinced that Topher's improv is absolutely hilarious, and the movie is very wrong. Topher really grates the whole movie. His character is extremely annoying and off-putting. But I can't lay all the blame on him. I also really blame the script here, as the written jokes are really bottom of the barrel and just cliched, boring, and done before a million times. And you can really feel Topher, a seasoned actor, just straining to make absolutely anything out of the material that he's been given. Unfortunately, he definitely does not succeed. Topher's played this character before, I feel like, in a bunch of different projects. He played this character in Predator, and I thought it really worked there. It worked there because he was part of an ensemble, and you hated him in Predators, but the man had a secret, and when it was revealed, that was cool. It worked. Here, he's just a sniveling accountant for the mob, and literally everything he does made me want to punch him in the face. In the third act, the movie tries to give him a big dramatic payoff, a la a speech of redemption. Topher strains mightily. That would have been laughable if I wasn't already so bored. Dockery struggles to make all this work, and she almost comes out unscathed. You can feel that her stakes are high, she's invested, and she's doing her absolute best to make this all real, grounded, and truthful. She bounces off nicely with Topher and Marky. And she has a couple fun action beats that show she can kick some ass. But there are a couple moments in the film where you can even see in her eyes that she knows she's in a piece of crap. Now, once Marky arrives with his questionable accent, he really kicks off the movie with a little bit of a spark. And you as an audience member start to think, okay, maybe this is gonna work. In my opinion, Marky has always been at his best cinematically when he's experimenting with the dark side, when he's showing those demons that seem to have haunted him all his life. A lot of Marky's work in the past when he's been trying to play the good guy usually fall flat. Anyone remember The Happening?
Plan on murdering me in my sleep?
What? No!
But when Marky dives into the character work, that's when we've got some flavor. Boogie Nights is one of the best movies of all time, and he really shines in there, where I think he has delivered his career best performance, even though he seems to hate that movie for some reason. When he first burst onto the scene, he did Fear, and in that movie, he felt like an unhinged, crazy madman. Now in Flight Risk, he adds some tension initially to the film. He feels dangerous, feels real, grounded, and vicious. And there's a violence in his eyes that doesn't feel like he's acting. And so for the first 10 minutes while he's in the film, you think, okay, here we go. Maybe the film's picking up. We've got a little promise here. He's exciting. He's invigorating to watch. But then the movie has him disappear for huge swaths of the film, either unconscious or in cuffs. And the best thing about the movie just disappears, and we're left with Michelle Dockery and Topher Grace trying to keep this barren movie alive. Marky Mark is truly the only bright spot in the film, and they sideline him so fast it is absolutely shocking. The script doesn't flesh him out. It doesn't give him much to do. He's just a crazed psycho. And you can tell not a whole lot was written down for him. Look, if I had to drill down and blame anything besides the director, it's this absolutely atrocious script. Flight Risk feels like an admittedly great high concept film jotted down on a napkin, then filled out with 3 more napkins, and then was like, let's go to camera. You can tell all the actors are improvising much of the dialogue, and so much of it just doesn't work. It's boring, uninspired, and you can see these actors doing the best. You can literally feel them straining to elevate the material in any way, but it all just falls flat. And a whole extended part of the story plays out on the radio, where we never see the people on the other side of the radio. Now, I'm sure this could have been done effectively, but here, oh my God, we do not care. The result is this film is mind-numbingly boring when you're not rolling your eyes at the cliches or the terrible jokes. Look, I never walk out of a movie. I'm always committed to staying to the end and seeing how it all plays out. And when you have a director and a cast this talented, then something should be there to hold on to. So when I wasn't checking my watch and wondering if I should just walk out, I found myself contemplating just what the hell is Mel Gibson doing? This is his 6th studio feature. The man has an Academy Award for Braveheart, for crying out loud. How do you go from Braveheart, arguably a Gen X touchstone, and Apocalypto, which it's been a while, but I remember as a thrilling, stylishly shot chase film, to this absolute dumpster fire of a movie? I reiterate, the man has an Oscar for Best Directing for Braveheart. Almost everything about the movie is bad. Bad CG, bad action scenes, terrible writing, bad pacing, twists and turns that are lame, uninspired, and go nowhere. Actors on radios and cell phones talking to faceless characters we never see who seem to be living more exciting moments than what we see in this film. Kidding, that stuff is tropey garbage too. And how this movie cost $26 million to make boggles my mind. There are action scenes in here that wouldn't be out of place in an Asylum straight-to-video movie. By the time the movie drags its bloated corpse across the finish line, dispatching Marky Mark in a flash, spoiler, like you care, then trying to add one more uninspired action beat, you find yourself asking why. Why did anyone agree to this? Why would Marky Mark actually shave his head for this? Sidebar, this is the only interesting committed choice in the whole movie. Why would anyone greenlight this script, which is boring, tepid, and completely devoid of anything resembling a good story? Why did this even get a theatrical release? Why did I subject myself to this? All right, let's not waste any more time on this movie. Flight Risk is a 1 star out of 5. Don't see it in the theater, don't rent it, don't stream it. Do yourself a favor and abolish this film from your memory. I wish I could. All right, I gotta bounce. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, or don't. Oh, and hit me up in the comments. Let me know what high concept, contained setting movie you love the most. Later, skaters.